right, it is Father's Day this Sunday. It's not too late to find your dad or a male figure in your life that you would like to give a present, the perfect gift. Dads need skincare too. Yes. You've got some top products for us, haven't you?
Yes, and you can find all the details of the products you're about to see by scanning the QR code that's on your screen now, which will take you to our free this morning app. Hit us.
So what we've chosen is we've chosen skincare for men, and at the end I've got a couple of nice fragrances as well, if you don't want to give skincare. But I'm going to bust a myth. There's no such thing as men's skincare.
So there's not stuff just specifically designed for males?
There is grooming products for men because they shave.
Yeah.
But your skin is not that different to my skin. It was not that different to Giles' skin. It's not that different to Alison's skin, to Kat's skin, to Dermot's skin. So skin is skin is skin.
But what about the face, though? Because the beard doesn't make any difference.
The beard is a grooming product.
Yeah,
but
your beard's a bit thicker than mine.
Well, I've got the thickest beard of the lot. Trust me, try being postmenopausal, Ben. But I'm telling you, skin is skin is skin. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some products that I think are just formulated by really good companies.
OK.
And I'm going to start with Nivea because this is just £2. And I love £2 that any young child can give their dad. So this is a Nivea for men sensitive shower gel. But there's no reason why you shouldn't use it and I shouldn't use it. Because essentially, men's skincare is all about the packaging colour and the fragrance. And I'm going to give you a perfect example here.
Yeah, it's nice. Massive.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely, I think.
Really nice, really neutrally fragrant,
lovely,
you know. And you're not particularly a girly girl, so I'm not particularly into roses and stuff like that.
No.
Perfect case in point. This is Clinique, and this is a range that we all grew up with. You would have grown up with this. This is Clinique for men. They are exactly the same products inside. They're just in dark masculine packaging. And Clinique is a brand I trust, so it's a lovely little gift set for your dad. Again, we're coming up in price, so this would be for sort of toddlers and this might be for teens with a bit of pocket money.
But this is nice for them to even try it, see if they can get into the routine, because it's changing the routine as well.
Well, and we were chatting really earlier about your son, so I've got some facts here, which I find fascinating. Barclays have just published a 10 years of spending piece of research. Gen Z men now spend 42% of their income on beauty and looking good.
42%?
In pharmacy, beauty and health. Millennials, 29%. I think by the time you get to your generation, it probably comes down to 10%. And I think of my dad, it was just a splash of Brut and a bar of soap, right?
But also they didn't want to talk about it. Like, we were talking earlier, we never used to talk about it with my mates. I hear Jack and Sam and their mates sitting around talking about it all the time. Oh, what have you done with your skin? What are you doing with your hair?
Clothes even.
All of it.
When I started researching this item, it blew my mind the amount of products being targeted specifically at men for thinning hair, for teeth whitening, for beards. But you can't just be a beard. It's got to be a perfectly groomed beard, and then you've got to have body products. So, perfect case in point. This is Antolin Logistics. This is a range that was specifically formulated for men. But what I want to say about this, and I've chosen this for a reason, and I don't mean to be rude about any brand, this is £50 for a vitamin A night serum. I'm about to show you a product from The Ordinary, which is a fraction of the price and 10 times as strong. So don't necessarily...
10 times stronger than that?
Yeah. That hasn't actually got any retinol in it. It's got retinol palmitate, which is a precursor. Right. And 10 times stronger than that would be a retinol.
Do you know why I like this straight away? I like the packaging, I like the style, but it says high performance on it.
And that's exactly why it speaks to men.
But you've fallen for it, because that's
the cheaper product.
Oh, totally, that high performance.
Fallen for it.
That's what athletes use.
That's it. And that's the language you need if you need to create a men's skincare brand. It needs to appeal to a high-performing, sporty guy, right? I'm going to talk about a range that I think absolutely every family should have, and this is a great kit for dads. This is CeraVe. The reason CeraVe is interested, it was created by a group of American dermatologists, and I've recently come back from the American Academy of Dermatology, and they promote this with what are known as broderms, digiderms. So essentially, dermatologists that are fit, look a certain way, and basically, I'm pointing to Mr. Shepherd. Put Mr. Shepherd into a white lab coat. He could sell anything, and they use them
glasses as well.
Essentially, so what they do is they've deliberately targeted a whole young audience of guys by saying you should be using a decent cleanser, you should be using a moisturiser, you should be using an SPF. Yeah. But they do it by reflecting themselves back. So why wouldn't you use a young, handsome derm? It makes complete sense.
It's not, but it looks more medicinal, that packaging, doesn't it?
That's because it is it's a dermatology-approved range. So it's not necessarily sexy, but it does what it does on the tin, right? That is can I just say this as an aside, that is my all-time favourite cleanser. That is my Desert Island product. You can use it from top to toe. It's really good. Put it in the shower. This is the range I was talking about. We've all talked about The Ordinary, revolutionary, very sort of pseudo-sciencey looking, but this is their nightly routine. And this is the product that is 20 times stronger than that for a fraction of the price. So don't necessarily, Mr. Shepherd, fall for the marketing. If I'm speaking to your sons,
High performance.
go for the active ingredients, yeah?
OK, so, and that...
That is truly high performance. That's the most powerful, reasonably priced product on the market, bar none.
And then, Nadine, how do you do that? Do you do that first, then that, then that?
That's a hyaluronic acid, that's a rosehip oil. So
Right.
you would put the hyaluronic acid on, you put that on top, and then you put that in if you need it, yeah?
Lovely.
And it's just about getting a guy engaged in... I mean, Brian would be all over it, let's be honest.
Yeah, Brian Johnson would.
There's no way he doesn't use an SPF every day and probably a retinol at night.
Well, he doesn't
Tell
go
me.
out into the sunlight either.
I know. He spends most of his time probably in a lab, I reckon,
Yes.
researching
Yeah,
aging.
He's an athlete.
Sure.
Perfect case in point, and this is what I was mentioning. We need to make SPF sexy for guys as well, because the single worst thing you can do for your skin is go out in the sun. Brian knows that. I love this because it's really light. It comes from Korea. It's a Korean-Japanese technology, so it's super light. You'd use it in place of moisturiser. You don't have to think about it. Do you remember the day when you used to watch the cricketers and they have the big, thick one? Those days are long gone now. You can get it in a super light formula.
So if you put this on your face, you don't have to wait for it to sink in or kind of keep rubbing and rubbing.
No, absolutely.
It makes such a difference, I think, for men. Anything that is efficient and works. So if it's two-in-one, moisturiser with SPF.
And also, I think the thing with men is, although I'm saying skin is skin, men do have slightly oilier skin, so they don't want thick, oily textures. They want something that goes... If you're going to look at gift sets, but go to a big company, and I've chosen this. This is actually a gender-neutral gift set, and this is from Boots. Now, the reason I've chosen this is because if you want to get a guy interested in skincare and he's not necessarily, this is such great value for money. This is the skincare edit. It's $29.99. It's worth £112.
Wow, yeah.
So you're getting lots of different things. Even if you end up stealing some of them back and your teens steal it, and then you give one to your wife, it's just really good fun. I just love that.
Those blotting
mattifying blotting powders.
Like
That's my favourite solid sunstick. That's also from Korea. That's Beauty of Joseon. Great moisturiser. It's just fun, really nice products, reasonably priced. Basically, Boots are very clever. They're so powerful. They make the brands take the hit, and then they pass that saving on to the consumer, and I love that.
That's no bad news.
But if you have a high-maintenance dad, you obviously go next door to Space NK or wherever your local Space NK now. This one is really interesting. This is the complete grooming kit. This is any high-maintenance...
They've got a high-maintenance dad.
Sexy dad.
Really?
Don't ask
I'm definitely going to ask.
Look, see, instantly I can see Ben interested in this, Ben interested in this. This is £80, but I'm telling you, that product alone is worth £75. So you're getting a lot of value for your money. And absolutely. And I just love these zippable bags. They're really lovely.
Every
woman loves these.
You can use them on an aeroplane and they're fab. You just keep using them and using them.
And you don't have to take them, providing you put everything under is 100 mil in it. You can fly, you don't have to open it up.
A little bit of Creed as well.
Oh, you see,
Can't go wrong
my
with
language.
Creed.
But if you're looking for a reasonably priced fragrance brand, if you've got a teenager that wants to buy their dad something, can I recommend Superdrug's Arty Scent? They actually are a dupe brand, and these are 3 little dupes for very big fragrances.
I love the bottles, though. I think it's
absolutely gorgeous. And then I also just love a company called Fleur. They're a good cutting-edge fragrance company, and that's just called Father Figure. And you see, that makes your little heart just sort of ping slightly, right?
What does that remind me of? I can't think what it is.
Does it remind you of a father figure?
It's a...
Put your tiny hand in mine, I will be your
Not George Michael, I was thinking more of your dad, but...
No, I'm thinking Nicole Kidman.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, there you go.
But basically what we've got is something for every price, so that it doesn't matter if it's a toddler and they're spending £2 or whether you've got a lovely sort of, you know, indulgent teenager for £80. We've got something for everybody.
All the
Don't
details
fall
on the
for
app.
marketing.
I won't fall for the marketing.
Okay.
High performance over here.
There ain't no high performance, sadly.
Thank you for
That's the
visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.